as we are in the 737 ZiboMod, the latest update with the brand new model. And we're going to be doing a real world flight today with Philippines Airlines from Cebu to Manila. And we're going to be departing out of runway 04 and we'll be coming in for 06. So, first time back in the Zibo in a little while. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, leave your comments down below. And now we're getting to the aircraft and start ready for our departure. Okay, so we're in 737-800 now. We'll go over on our overhead now. We'll get everything all done. So our battery's on and guarded, standby power is guarded, ground power is on. Put the bat on now. I'm starting up the 737 in a little while now. So we'll go ahead and get everything all set up. We've got the ground power on. We'll go in and get our window heats all set. Can turn on ground power. We'll get the trim air with the packs flowing. From there, we'll get the APU started, ready for us to go. Can arm the emergency lights. Probes will get on just after as we start leaving and get everything all ready to go. So, any collision will leave on as we're going to get ready to go pretty quick. Put on the one pump for the APU. We can get our IRSs now set. Okay, so 2 minutes. Get our lighting panels done for the cockpit. Can leave them blank. Everything's all good there. Got everything all set up, so we leave a little grey cockpit in the set. Get the APU quickly all tested. Okay, there's the overheat detection. And the overheat detection. Okay, we're all set there. We'll up the radio panel. Got all our panels above on board. So switch over the APU now. Get on the APU bleed and turn off the engine bleeds as we get it all set. Everything all there is overhead. So we'll go down into the FMC and we'll get everything all set. So go to our position. We're going to be leaving out of Cebu, which is Romeo Papa Victor Mike. So Romeo Papa Victor Mike, which we'll put in. Go in, get it from the left GPS, punch that in, go into our route. Now we can get in Manila, which is Romeo Papa Lima Lima. Lovely Manila. So on our departure, we're going to be leaving out of runway 04, and we're going to be taking the Moloch for Papa. Right, there's the Moloch for Papa, which is set. On our route in from there, we've got the Whiskey 11, fairly straightforward. Take us down to Condi, and then from Condi we're going to come in for the arrival, which is going to be for the ILS 06. And on our charts we have got in the ILS. So on here we want the 06, and we're transitioning at Maya, which is all set for us there. So we can activate that up, go into our path. We've got 69, around 69.1, so we've got the cell temp as well for our takeoff. Reserves is 7, cost index is 7. For altitude today is going to be flight level 320. And ISO and everything we can just quickly check, or we'll leave it for now as I need to get out. That's one thing I did forget to do. So on our takeoff we've got 45, which will give us 96.5 on the takeoff. We're going for flaps 5. We've got 142, 144 and a 149. So tugs are now driving up and get ready for us to leave. Got V2 169, 149 plus 20 coming out on the courses. We can set the 043s on the course. Okay, which is set. Leaving out from the runway, we're going to leave out. We'll be climbing. We'll climb out 2,500 above before we made a right turn, which will then lead us direct to CBO. or Cebu. From there we take the 312, which will lead us to Maloc. Right, and there we are.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, ready to connect. So, got some clouds in the area, in the vicinity. Winds are okay, around 10 knots. We'll see what Manila's like as we get closer down, and then we can set the aircraft all up. We're going to be looking for around a auto brake number 3 today, as we've already gone through the performance charts, and auto brake number 3 is the best option today. So tug's lifting us up now. We can go in and check for any discons. So got through Maloc, there's Condi, and then Mia for the arrival.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, so what we can do is we'll go over to the APU gen. Got packs off now, and what we can do is we'll go ahead and start engine number 2. Okay, so come in. You can see now N2 is increasing. There we go. So 25%. We'll then inject the fuel, and then we'll start the aircraft up. 24. There's 25. Number 2 coming in, and EGT now increasing. Okay, so we're just waiting now for number 2 to flick over, and we'll go for engine number 1. So again, you can see N2 increasing, oil pressure's come to life.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, so tug's now disconnecting us. We'll go overhead now, put the packs back on, switch over the engine bleeds. We can turn the APU bleed off, turn on our probes now. We can now get everything all set over. So we'll switch over the gens. We can go now and switch off the APU, and we are all set and configured, ready to go. Okay, so from the jet, go to Gen 1. So we're already in set and configured for us to leave now, so we don't need to worry too much. All the brake can go to RTO, and we can now bring the control column over as we get the aircraft ready to go. So we're going to the takeoff.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time, and have a great flight.
Okay, so 25.2. Give us a 5 on the trim. Okay, which is set. So we have got a D-rate takeoff. The aircraft's all fully now. Isolation valves to auto, APU bleeds off, engine bleeds are on, and we are switched over on the buses. So we are all now set and configured and ready to go. So pull over the control column, and we'll go into a flaps 5. So we're ready for our taxi. We're going to basically taxi down Bravo, which is practically all we have to do here, is just go out onto the taxiway and then come down Bravo. So we'll carry her down all the way for Bravo, and then we are all set. So we'll take a left hand turn onto a right for Foxtrot, and then we can get down. So we are all set and configured, so can release the brakes, and we'll power on up now to runway 04. Now we are using a D-rated takeoff, got plus 45, which is in. And it's the first time we've flown the Zemo in quite a little while. So it should be very interesting to see today. Don't know the weather, we'll get the terrain on. Seeing as we've left the gate now. So to make that left-hand turn to then make a right onto Bravo. There we go. So can now get our taxi lights on. So we taxi all the way down to Bravo now. On our way to runway 04. We can start the flight leg now. So we've got around 8 knot winds.
Prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
So it shouldn't be too bad as we leave out. We're going to be transitioning at the Manila VOR, so that should be a nice flight today. Arm the auto throttle. As we now make that left hand turn. As we can see, there's a kilo hold. So we get the aircraft all configured now, nice and early. So put the strobes on, get the wing and wheel well on. Runway turn-offs can go on, and we'll get the landing lights on as well. There we go. As we are fully ready and committed to take off.
Have a good flight.
Okay, so we are all ready. So after 400 feet, we'll activate LNAV and a level change. Okay, so there was me thinking we was in the 777 taking a ride. So we're all lined up now, ready to go. Try not to waste too much of the runway. Everything's all set. So landing lights and everything are all on. Can now turn our taxi lights off. Release the brakes. We'll go 40%. And tow down. Full pressure on the yoke. So we'll go ahead and select start, and then we'll switch over to LNAV after 400 feet. Go to flight level change, and then once flaps are up, etc., then we can go into VNAV. So airspeed is alive.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold. Okay. Neutral position on the yoke.
E1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Okay, so can go up to our flaps 1.
400.
Check. And we'll go to our flaps up. As we follow through, passing through 400 feet. Can now
1,000.
switch on the LNAV. Lower our rate of descent just a little. After takeoff, checklist, auto brake can go off now. Runway turn-offs can be turned on. Taxi lights are off, which are checked. There comes in our climb, so we can now lower the nose and lower our pitch. As we get ready for that left-hand turn. So there's our flaps 1. As we just droop from the flap set. Give it a little bit of trim. As we roll into that left-hand turn. Okay, passing flaps up. Flaps up now. Can now go into VNAV mode with the LNAV. And now we've got up to 230, which is max. Okay, flaps are fully up and retracted. Get a little bit of trimming. Let's follow that left hand bend now. All the way up as we go to 250 knots. Passing through 3009. Getting a slight right adjustment as we now get back on course. Ready to go up for 320. So after takeoff, checklist gear is up and off, which is checked. Can now go in and turn on the autopilot, which is confirmed. Flaps are up and retracted, auto brake is off. Runway turn-offs are off along with our taxis. Landing lights will go off after 10,000 feet as we now power through. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Help us get to that 2K subscriber goal. And I'll see you when we get back for our top of descent, ready to come into lovely Manila. So, aircraft's now pitching down, 10,000, go up to our climb speed, and then we'll return it. So, I'll see you guys when we get back, ready for our top of descent. Hi guys, welcome back to the cockpit, as we are now ready for our top of descent. So, I'm going to tune in 10,000 feet, which is going to be where we're going to start our first line of the descent. As we come to Condi, we're going to be open to Condi on the 325, which will set in now, which is 325 set. We're going to descend to 10,000 feet, 29 nautical miles from the start. Then once we get down into Pablo, then we can see we're going to descend down to 6,000 feet, then to 4,000 by Bandos, and then we'll come down to Manila VOR. From the Manila VOR, we're then going to basically run the pearl drop from the 224 all the way around, and then come in for the ILS for runway 06. So passing through 310, we can now open the speed brakes as we make that descent down into lovely Manila. So on our descent checklist, seatbelt signs can go on, which are checked. Anti-ice is on. We can check our landing altitude for Manila, which is 75. We've got 100 set in. From there, on our Baron for our minimums, we've got on our minimums 280 for the 264. Okay, there's 280, which is set. And we'll go over and do that on the first officer side as well. Okay, 280, which is set. Now let the speed brakes back in. As we come down, On our descent path, we can see our flight path angle is 2.7 and vertical path is vertical bearing is 2.8. So we are pretty much on our right descent. We've got a vertical deviation over here on the navigational display, which can also show us whereabouts we are relevant to the descent. As we see, beautiful orthos as we come in. We're going to set the courses up now. We'll be coming in on the 061, which is set. We discussed earlier for the landing briefing. So pressurization, which is set, landing altitude, which is set to 100, anti-ice is currently on. The approach briefing coming in for the ILS 06 Yankee arrival, coming in on the Condi 1. Then we're coming in for the 061 and the ILS is the 109.1. So we'll pre-arm that, 109.1, and we'll pre-arm that on the first officers as well, 109.1, which is set and cross-checked. So passing through to this. .240 will hold. You can see it's slowly creeping, but we are within our flight path angle. We are pretty much bang on our descent, so I'm not going to open the speed brakes up just yet. 240 is fine. Once we made that left hand turn, we can then see we're going to make that right onto the 061, which is right here. We're coming in for 154, so we're looking around about 800 feet per minute. And 3.01 degree. This approach point is 0.8 from the localizer. Okay, so there's missed approach point, and there's the start of the glide slope 7.8 from the localizer. So passing 9,000 now. We can now stick on our landing lights, got the runway turn-offs. Go down speed brakes just a little. As we now come into view of the lovely Manila airport. Okay, from 245 we've then got the 187. Okay. So as we descend down now through 240 knots, passing 8,400 feet. Auto brake is set to number 3, and we are now going to bring over the controls as we get ready for our arrival. So currently 6.4 from the Manila VOR. We're going to take that left hand turn onto the 224, which will then bring us round. Minimums are set for 262 on the 280 on the Barrow. Got auto brake number 3, we're coming flaps 30, which would be 154. Originally 149 plus 5, which will get us down and set. So what I'm going to do now is open up the speed window, down to our flaps up, get the speed brakes open. Now we take it to follow our path still, because I'm going to come off profile. So we can come in and take that turn. Turn down to 213. Ready for our left hand turn onto the 224. So there's the Manila VOR, 1.5 away. Slowly coming down, speed brakes are opened whilst we go into the turn. Then we're going to make that left hand turn onto the 224. Okay, 224 is set. As we slowly get the aircraft slowed down, ready to go in. Got a bank of 25 degrees. There's our left hand turn then. So we're now going to leave Manila. now past 5,002. Okay, so cabin crew prepare for arrival. Got 061 which is set on either side, got the 1011 which is cross-checked for the QNH, and altitude set for 100 for 075 feet. Coming in, got the ILSs which are already set and cross-checked on either side, auto brake number 3, and everything is all set. We're coming in flaps 30 for a 154. So we can start slowing the aircraft down now. As we get ready to come in. So the speed brakes are armed just to make sure. So we'll open up flaps 1. Okay. There's a flaps 5. And we'll go around now on to 061. Set. So we made that right hand turn now. 2,500 feet is to intercept the ILS for the glide slope. As we swing right and get all configured now to come in. So landing lights are all on, runway turn-offs are on, auto brake set and configured, and we are all ready for the arrival. So on for that right hand turn now. We can see that we've got the ILS ready up here. So 10.3 DME, 7.5 is the glide slope, there's 061. 2,500 to go. Just waiting for the localizer as we come in. Okay. So what we can do is, as we come around and get ready, activate the approach. There's the localizer coming in for the single channel. Let's swing on to the 061. .5 DME. It's going to be glide slope. 2,500 will level off at. Okay.
2,500.
2,500. And there's glide slope. So we'll go to flaps 15. Gear down. So we're looking for 800 feet per 6.7 away. So we go down to a flaps 30. There we've got 154 in, which is set. So landing checklist. Landing gear, dig gear down, 3 green. Speed brake is armed, we've got our auto brake set number 3. Minimums is set. Flaps are set, flaps 30, we've got our VREV speed in 154, which is set on the MCP and on the PFD. Passing through 1007, and we are fully configured now for the arrival. So, what I'm going to do is, now coming down, as you can see, for around 800 feet per minute. Going to disconnect the autopilot and disconnect the autopilot, and now we can get down ready to go. Speed brake is armed. Okay, so we're looking around about 850 to 800 feet. Okay, some minor adjustments. There's some more trimming. go. Check.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Keeping it nice and stable as we follow the glide slope. Two red, two white. Continue.
200. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, speed brakes are up. And reversers are active. Pressure on the yoke. And there we are, guys, down in Manila.
80 knots.
Check. 60 knots. Reversers can come in. Auto brake can be disarmed now as we get ready to taxi off. So we can turn the auto brake off as we now enter onto the taxiway. Can turn off the flight directors, which are all set. As we now turn off. Okay, so as we get ready to turn off now, we can go and get the aircraft all fully configured and set. So we'll get the APU all set and turned on. We can turn off the landing lights. Runway turn-offs. Taxis can go on. Strobes can go to steady. Wheel and wings can go off now. They're coming. Speed brakes can be retracted, and we'll get the flaps up as well. And there we are, guys, down in Manila. So we'll go to our landing cinematics, and then we'll get ready to taxi to the gate in lovely Philippines Airlines 737-800. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Leave your comments down below. Helps get to that 2K subscriber goal. And here's cinematics for the ILS Yankee 06 into Manila. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.